First appearing in 1934, Disney's Donald Duck has had many roles, from being a thorn in the side of Chip and Dale, before they were rescue rangers, to being the King's royal magician, and even at one point being a literal Nazi. But he is by far known for his role as being a loving uncle to his three nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. The cantankerous Canard is arguably more popular than Mickey Mouse, whose game we've already covered. And so, today, we will be covering...
I can't do it. Donald Duck in the Lucky Dime Caper, released in 1991 on the Sega Master System by Sega. So, in Australia, we don't have dimes, we have dollars. Heads or tails? Let's pop it in.
Now, I've got to say, I was very enthused to see that we are actually in Scrooge McDuck's money bin in the opening cutscene, or at least in his office. So for those of you who have been following me for a while, you might know that I am a huge fan of DuckTales and Scrooge McDuck. So I went in with this with great expectations after seeing him. Unfortunately, there's not much more Scrooge involvement, but no worries. I'll get my fill when we cover DuckTales on the NES. Eventually. As for the game itself, it was also released on Game Gear. There's also another Master System game, starring Donald, released in 1993, called Deep Duck Trouble. But unfortunately, I don't own that one. The evil witch, Magica Dispel, has stolen Scrooge McDuck's lucky number one dime, and kidnapped his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Trek through 6 treacherous lands with Donald Duck to save his nephews and travel around the world to retrieve Scrooge's lucky number one dime. The game is a side-scrolling platformer, quite similar to Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. But unlike Mickey's butt bounce, Donald's method of attack is to brutally smack his enemies with a large hammer. He can also go Psycho Duck after collecting 5 star pickups. You have a level select screen in the form of a plane flying to a point on the map, and there are 7 stages. Controls are tight and precise, and once again, they bear resemblance to Castle of Illusion. Good stuff. Speaking of, graphics are on par with Castle of Illusion. They have colourful backgrounds, excellent sprite work. Donald looks fantastic, and his idle animations are just great. Music is not particularly memorable, but it's definitely enjoyable while playing. Now, if I grew up with a Master System, I would absolutely have loved to own this game, being a massive fan of Disney's Duck stories. Apparently, there was a limited edition box set only sold in the UK, and that included a Donald Duck t-shirt and a cassette tape with 8 Disney songs on it. Now, this game was released in 1991, so a lot of the songs we grew up with and loved probably weren't on this cassette. This was also one of the few PAL exclusive Master System games that I own, Battle Outrun being another one that I've covered previously. So with that in mind, it's a bit pricey, but not too crazy. I think I got mine for around $60 on average, but roughly a card is about 40 and boxed it'll be about 80.
So, that was Donald Duck in the Lucky Dime Caper. Now, it's a good game. Yeah, a bit challenging though. It has great variety and it's good gameplay. Again, very similar to Castle of Illusion. But I will say that In this case, I think Castle Illusion is a better game. Now, having said that, it will be looking for
a good spot to find some ingredients.
Now, in retrospect, there are no bad games, but there are bad gaming memes. Honestly, this is more sad than bad. I mean, it's quite accurate. See you later. Oh, right. Sorry, I nearly forgot. Heads. Now, don't you forget, if you would like to vote for me for YouTuber of the Month, please go to the video in the description and put my name down in the comments, if you would like. Until then, see you next week.
Another shinobi.